All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Ian. I'm the Director of Admissions at AUIS School of Medicine. We're a Caribbean medical school located on the island of Barbados. So we have been in existence as an institution since 1999, formerly called St. Eustatius. We relocated to the island of Barbados in 2016, right before Hurricane Irma. So this is a quick view of our overall mission statement, looking essentially to create the next generation of physicians. So see, these are some of the recognitions that we have. Some a little more important to Canadian citizens. We're recognized by the World Health Organization. We also have our ECFMG certification. We're also recognized by the Medical Council of Canada as well. So these are another list of some of the accreditations that we have, and also in Barbados. So we'll talk about a little bit about the island. So we're located in Bridgetown. It's a quiet island in Barbados. So if you have ever been to the island, they're really touristy. So Barbados is a little more family oriented, nice, quiet island, extremely safe. They have a high literacy rate there. And again, I like to really stress that they're really safe. Just knowing that you'll be away from home, that you're on an island to where you're safe and you'll be taken care of. Um, so where our locations are and where you would do a lot of your schooling, you do a portion of it on the island of Barbados. You do a portion of it in Atlanta, Georgia, where you prepare for your step, and you do the clinical portion in the hospital. So some of the degrees that we offer a bachelor's in medical science. And essentially what it is it allows us to be able to teach students the pre-med coursework. So, and I'll go into that in depth a little bit later, that we have two different programs, a 5-year and a 4-year MD program. Our 5-year MD program encompasses this Bachelor of Medical Sciences. So it allows you to basically take an accelerated path. So yeah, so to go into that, kind of just like what I was saying. So our 4-year is for traditional students. So that's if you've already completed high school, have gone to 4-year college, and have a degree in biology or something of that nature. You typically you would apply for our 4-year MD program. Our 5-year MD program is geared more towards high school students, or students who are making a career switch and know that they want to start medicine. So what it allows you to do is basically it's an accelerated path and take coursework that you only need so that you can get your medical doctorate degree. Um, so a couple reasons on why students like to choose AUIS and why we're suitable for a lot of students are that by design, we have a small student to class ratio. So it's 11-to-1 student faculty. So we have small classes by design so that our students have more access to professors, staff, and things of that nature. And we do a lot of training at our university once students get into starting basic sciences to prepare them for their USMLE exam. And the USMLE exam, once you start getting into the meat of preparing for medical school or while you're doing medical school, the USMLE is one of the most crucial exams in a student being able to obtain a residency on their first time. So we have a resource-rich environment. So a lot of our classrooms have these technology panels to where teachers are able to teach. They teach on a 60-inch touchpad, and they teach their lectures. They're able to share their lectures with all of our students. We have in here, like I said, McGraw-Hill. So it allows us to have a digital library so students don't have to lug books around. So they can access all of their course material and books from their phone and from their mobile devices. And we also have Firecracker, which allows students to be able to prepare for the USMLE exams. And at our campus in Georgia, we have a high depth simulator center where we have 3 to 4 different simulators that allow students to run a bunch of different clinical scenarios to prepare for while they're in clinicals. So we have some focus groups. We have mentors. We have student associations. One of our more popular students associations are AMSA. Um, so the degree that we offer, our main degree is an MD, as I was speaking, our medical doctorate degree. You get that whether you go through our 4 or 5 year MD program. So this is kind of what the program looks like. So if you were to go to the 5 year MD program, you do your pre-med, it's 4 semesters that you do in Barbados. Then you do 4 semesters of basic sciences in Barbados, and you do your fifth semester in Atlanta. Your fifth semester is geared towards preparing for your step 1 exam. And the clinical phase of your education is done in the U.S. or Canada, and that's where you spend your time in a hospital, rotating alongside a physician, doing different specialties. So, let me see, I feel like I skipped a slide. All right. So medical school, after you do the pre-med portion, is broken up into two phases at all universities. You have your basic sciences, and that's where you go over all the sciences of the body and you learn how the body works. So there's 5 semesters that you do that, as stated on the previous slide. You do 4 of those on the island. Your fifth semester is taught in Atlanta, Georgia, where you prepare for your step exam. And so we're on an Oregon system based. So that's how we teach our students. So that's how our program works. And we have one of the things that are special about our program are we do weekly testing, and it's not to overly test students. What it is to prepare students for the USMLE exam and to keep information fresh. So it also helps students retain information. But our focus when students get in here into our university is to not just have you become physicians, but prepare you for what's coming in your path. And so once you start, your step 1 is going to be one of your biggest stressors in medical school. So we like to quiz students weekly so students build the aptitude and to be able to take the test, because when you take the USMLE exam, it's an 8-hour exam and it becomes a thing of attrition. So this, again, like our 5-year program, won't spend too much time on it because we've already discussed it. But essentially what it does is it encompasses, it has a pre-med program, and it's for students that want to start medical school and they don't have the prerequisites to start. So this is talking about our 5th year, our MD5, what we call our FCM. That's the 5th semester, and it prepares you for your step 1. So it's a 15-week course where you spend 9 weeks preparing for your step 1 exam. You spend 1 week where you go to a Prometric Center and you take your MDME exam, and then you spend the remaining 4 weeks preparing. What you do is we train you to go into the clinical phase of your education, and that's where you meet with our clinical team and clinical director. You learn how to do things like SOAP notes. You start working on your patient doctor skills. You'll work with the simulator. You learn how to suture. So essentially, we prepare you to be in a doctor's office so that once you start your rotation, you don't feel like you're behind, and that you're just ready to go and start learning with the physician that you'll be working alongside. So it's kind of this right here is part of, like what I said, our ACM, which just it prepares you to go into clinicals. And the way that we have it set up, they allow you to use those 4 weeks they go towards an elective rotation. So that's it's extremely important because at our university you have to do 80 weeks of electives, and no 80 weeks of rotations while you're uh, while you're in the clinical phase, and so part of that 4 weeks will go towards that 80 weeks. So this is a student just going through it. I won't play the whole thing, but and this is at our Atlanta, Georgia location. So this is so the portion where you start to practice what you've learned after done your basic sciences, you've taken your step one, and you're working with the physician. This is when you're in the clinical sciences program, and this is when you work in a hospital. So like I said, it's 80 weeks of rotations. You have 48 weeks where you do your core rotations, and um, there are different cores that specialties that they offer, and what you do is it's important as you go through each one of these that you pay attention to figure out where you would potentially want to match when you're in residency. Because what we like to do at our university are kind of help students identify what specialty they like so that they can align their electives up to match the specialty that they like, so that makes them a stronger candidate while they're applying for residency. So we have rotations spread through all out the United States. So it's not an issue for students to get rotations. We also encourage students, if they want to rotate close to home, if they're able to find a physician that is willing to take them on, all they have to do is let us know. A member from our clinical team will reach out to them and to put affiliation agreement in place so that you can rotate with that physician at your desired location. So right here, these are a list of what the core rotations are: surgery, internal medicine, pediatrics, OBGYN, family medicine, and psychiatry. In electives, they range from a bunch of things, but like more importantly, like I said, with electives at our university, we like to help students align their electives to help pad their resume when they're applying for residency. And so these are a list of some of the electives that we offer. So we have a device called Carl. It's a clinical activity rotation log. And what Carl allows students to do is to track all of your information. It allows you to verify all the data that you've done on your rotation. It tracks and it timestamps when that you do it. So essentially what it allows you to do is to organize your clinical rotations. Typically how it's done at a lot of other universities, it's paperwork that a student has to carry around. They have to keep files, and if you lose that file, then you could have potentially lost everything that you've done while you've been in medical school. So what Carl allows you to do is it organizes, records all of the data that you've done in a chronological order. Um, So we have integrative medicine in our name. So we do offer integrative, there's an integrative portion that we do teach. And a part of what we want our students when they come to our university, it's we look at medicine essentially almost as a tool belt. So we want to give our students as many tools that they have to be able to treat patients. So while we do teach the traditional medicine, we do incorporate integrative practices and teach our students how to treat patients as a whole and take more of a holistic approach as opposed to just prescribing medicine. Teach their patients lifestyle and identify things that they're doing in their life that they can change to impact their health outcomes. So outside of residency, the other thing that is just as important that we put a lot of emphasis on at our university is residency match. So we have a residency match advisor that works with each student to help get them to their goal, helps them with interviews. We write their MSP letters. It's kind of like your personal assistant. So a lot of students really benefit from having a residency match advisor. So these are some of the prerequisites. If you're looking to go into our 4-year program, if you don't have these, it's fine. We do offer these. They'll be taught into our 5-year program. So we do have some financial assistance. We do accept loans from different Canadian provinces. OSAP is one of the more popular ones that we get. We do have a big Canadian student body. Some hail from British Columbia. A lot of them come from Ontario. So these are some of the scholarships and things that we offer. Our biggest, most popular scholarship is probably our merit scholarship. So if you enter into your basic sciences or the 4-year MD program with a 3.0 GPA, it reduces your tuition of basic sciences, which is typically $10,000 a semester, to $6,600 a semester. So it's a drastic cut, cuts your tuition almost about 40%. So this is a quick breakdown of the tuition. So if you go to pre-med each semester, like I said, it's 4 semesters, $4,800. Comes up to about $1,900 for pre-med. Basic sciences is $4,900. You can get like I said, a drastic discount if you get the merit scholarship. And the clinical portion costs the most, 67,000, and it covers all of your rotations in the hospitals that you'll be working at. So to apply to our university, what you need, go online, complete an application. The documents that I need to be able to push you through the system to get to kind of get the wheels rolling are a CV. I need a copy of your transcript. I could take the unofficial till you get the official copy, and do 2 letters of recommendation. So once I get all of those documents, you get scheduled with a member from our admissions committee. You receive a letter of acceptance, typically in 48 hours. If you decide to accept, you get a package or send that back. And then all you have to do is make a $500 seat deposit, locks your seat in. Then you'll be connected with a member of our student life that will help walk you through immigration, how to set up your flights, and will essentially assist you with getting your housing and getting set up in Barbados. So wanted to thank everybody. I'm gonna look to see if anyone has any questions. Is the tuition that you mentioned in Canadian dollars? Yes, the tuition is in Canadian dollars. Well, it's in U.S. dollars. My apologies. It's in U.S. dollars. The tuition is. And someone asked, "Do you need a visa to attend?" Um, you're going to need a visa because you're going to have to travel to Barbados to do a portion of your education. But there is a person at our university that once you get accepted, what they do is they will walk you through the process, and they'll do a little bit of the process of helping you gain a visa so that you can attend medical school at our university. Don't believe I see any other questions. Let me see. Is the MCAT? The MCAT at our university, we do not require the MCAT. While we do understand the importance and why other universities do, I like to explain to students why we don't. We've with our experience, we've learned that standardized tests aren't necessarily the most accurate representation of a student's educational ability or their ability to be a practicing physician. So if students submit their MCAT, we do take them, but they're not required for admissions into our university. I believe that might be it. So again, what is your acceptance rate? Our acceptance rate into our university, I want to say it's probably around 70%. We accept a lot of our applicants, and a lot of our applicants get accepted. Typically, if students don't get accepted, our admissions process is a little different. So when students are going through the interview process, typically what we're looking for from students, grades are important. We're more so looking for students. We're judging your ability to commit to the program, because at our university, like I said, we're a small university. We commit to all of our students. We're like family, so we know you by name. And because we put that much of attention into our students, we look in the admissions interview to see, will we be able to get the commitment back that we give to our students. So it's relatively easy to get into our university, but you have to get through the admissions process in the interview. But that's typically what they're looking for in the interview, is your passion to medicine, and demonstrating things that you've done in your life uh, that kind of demonstrate that you'll stick to the path. Because I will not lie to you guys, medical is a daunting task, and it requires a lot of sacrifice, and so you'll need a lot of support. We support our students, so yeah. You can apply from high school. So you would go into our 5-year MD program. So you would just go to our go online, fill out an application. All you need to do is submit a copy of your resume. Probably won't be as extensive because you're in high school. A personal statement. It's a one-page document, says why you want to go to medical school. A copy of your transcript and 2 letters of recommendation, and that's all you need to begin being reviewed as a candidate at our university. Undergraduate at our university is not required. So students that if you get it, you have your undergraduate, you go into our 4-year MD program. If you do not have it, you can go into our 5-year program, and we teach our pre-med coursework, and it allows students to not have undergraduate coursework. Or if we've had students that have gone to school for engineering and wanted to do a career change, and they just go to our 5-year program. Takes about it's about another year, like I said, added on to school, but it's not required. Uh, Deadline. So our deadlines are, we're on a trimester system. So we take students in January, May, and September. And our deadline is typically 2 weeks before the start of a semester. There are some exceptions because, like I said, because we're a small university, allows us to roll relatively fast, but we're a little more flexible with our deadline when it comes to transfer students, not students that are looking to start the program anew. And again, if that's all the questions, I thank everyone for their time. I'll also be at my booth if anyone wants to stop in for a chat, has any other questions. I'll be available for the rest of the day. And again, want to thank everyone for their time.